They're supposed to migrate to Guatemala Sound.
They won't stay here?
No. They'll go back where they came from.
You're different.
What do you mean?
Hi, I'm Daphne, and I am a certified date and relationship coach. Today, I want to talk about this movie. Like, friends have been telling me for so long you should watch The Notebook. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't always like to watch, period pieces, right? Because y'all know that sometimes when we go backwards, we don't see a lot of people like me, right? Or that look like me, not in really positive roles. So, I took a chance on it because let me just share something with y'all. I love the show Lioness, right? So I was watching season 1 and there was these 2 women. I'm not gonna call them lesbians because they haven't identified in that way, but there were these 2 women in bed and they were watching the movie and one of them was like bawling. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go watch the movie, The Notebook, right? So I did. And let me tell you, first I was thinking, I don't know, Rachel and of course, Ryan Gosling are the main characters, right? And they're like these young teenagers in love. And I thought, is this really about love or is this about lust?
Hey, what are you doing?
Hey, you can't do that!
I'll tell you when I get down, Tommy. I'm no Calhoun.
So?
Right? And so I just keep watching the movie, and then some parts kind of like lead me to lust, some parts lead me to love, right? I love the part where Ryan starts to write all the letters, and he writes a letter a day to her for a whole year, right? Now, unfortunately, and I hate to give it away if you haven't seen it, but, she never received the letters because her mom decided not to give them to her, right? She was going to the mailbox every day knowing these letters were coming, honey, and she just took them and, hid them away in a box like a lot of people do, right? I don't know why they put them in a box, but they put them in a box. I guess for keepsake, I don't know. I don't really know. So that was really endearing, right? And then, since Rachel never heard from Ryan, she decided to move on. She went to college, she got her, her degree, she was doing the thing, she met someone, this lovely, soldier, played by James Marsden, I think is his name. And so, they fell in love. They were going to get married. He gave her this big old ring, honey, and they were just doing the thing. Her family loved him. They thought he was a great catch for her, all the things, right? And then one day, I think it was like a newsletter, not a newsletter, a newspaper article about Ryan Gosling and something that happened in his life. I think he had bought a house, sold a house. I don't know, honey. Anyway, I was watching it, but I was like, not watching it, you know what I mean, right? Not that closely. So I was watching the movie, and so she's seen him. So she went back to where she met him, to his hometown, right? And he had built this home, the same home that he told her if they were married and together that he would build for her, right? So she went there with the intention of, just checking on him to see if he was okay, right? And see him, because his dad had passed away. His dad had passed away recently. So she went on, to check on him to see if he was okay. And then she ended up like hooking up with him, right?
Why didn't you write me? Why? It wasn't over for me. I waited for you for 7 years. Now it's too late.
I wrote you 365 letters. I wrote you every day for a year.
You wrote me?
Yes. It wasn't over. It still isn't over.
And this is like the first time they've hooked up since they've known each other, because they've never, ever had sex. The first go around, they wanted to, but they never did. And so this was the first time. And so I thought, well, is this about lust again, right? And so basically she had a choice to make. She was either gonna stay with Ryan or she was gonna go, with James and live this, fabulous life, right? And so she went back, she told James what had happened. And of course, like most people, he was like, okay, girl, I'm sorry, but I'm not moving forward with this, right? And so she packed up her stuff. She went back to Ryan. He, was like very happy to welcome her in. And they lived, so to speak, happily ever after, right? They had a family, they had, they were married a long time. And so we get to the end of the story. And this is when I know it's real love, right? It's not lust, you know what I mean? And, they're in a what we would call a nursing home or, a senior living facility. And he is like reading these letters to her, right?
Where did we leave off? Oh, yeah. It was the night of the carnival. Noah was there with his friends Finn and Sarah.
Noah?
That's where they met. June 6th, 1940. Allie was 17 years old.
He's reading this book that had been written. Now, you don't know who wrote the book. They don't tell you that this is Ryan and this is Rachel, right? But you figure it out over time. I think she has a form of either dementia or Alzheimer's, and she can't remember. So, the thing about it is this: he never gave up on their love. He was always there, even though he had his own health issues. He had a couple of issues that he had to go to the hospital, maybe have surgery, come back. But he always came back, right, to the nursing home or to the senior living facility to be with her, right? Because he just wanted to be with her because he loved her so much. And that's when I said to myself, this is real love, right? He never gave up on their love. He built a wonderful life with her, a wonderful family. And at the end of the movie, which was the most endearing part, and that's why I believe the women in Lioness were crying so much, is because, they ended up, dying together. And the thing that really got me is that they were holding hands, they were, snuggled up together, and they ended up dying at the same time, which was like, to me, it's like a dream come true. It's not like you want to like leave your person or your partner before, you go. It's like they literally laid in the bed and, showed love to each other, right? This endearing love that they had all these years, and they died together. It's like they had what we would call a love of a lifetime, right? And I guess that's my point. That when you find your person, right, it's not about lust. It's not about, how they look. It's not about material things. It's not about like how much money they have. It's not about any of those things. It's about real endearing love, right? And the only way you can get that, and the reason why I was going back and forth about is this lust or is this love, because in the beginning it seemed like a lot of lust, okay? And most relationships are like that. But in the end, I definitely knew it was love. And I would just say to you and encourage you that when you're looking for your person, right, know the difference between lust and love, because love is sustainable. It'll keep you there. It'll have you wanting to fight every day to be with this person so that, you don't have to worry about like, okay, they're going to leave me or they're going to find someone else or this is not going to work. And I love the fact that Ryan never gave up on their love. And I just want to say that, that's what I encourage people. Look for love. I'm Daphne, and I just want to thank you for watching another episode of Coachable Moments at the Movies.